So my complete breakdown, breakthrough, break open in April, I spoke into that last week, so go ahead and watch that if you haven't seen it already, opened me up to a new way to process energies. And I want to talk about this because all of us who are empaths, or we're sensitive, or we pick up on other people's energies, or we feel the heaviness of the world right now, any of those things that might be happening to you, or even if you just feel funny and you don't know why, it's probably because you're carrying other people's energies. So what I want to talk about is the energies that we're working in, first of all, right now, have never been experienced by humankind before. The current state of the planets and the cosmos and everything that's happening, we have higher frequencies available to us now than we've had in, 10,000 years or something since Atlantis. I mean, I know that sounds crazy, but it's true. And the other thing that I want to talk about is that we are coming up on a total lunar eclipse. So we've got a full moon on Saturday, and this total lunar eclipse, that usually means changes. And full moon, a lot of times I like to think about clarity comes with a full moon. So I always pray for, when I have clarity, I pray for courage to act on the clarity I get with the full moon. And then sweeping changes, as you know, do come with lunar eclipses, any kind of eclipse. So what I'm saying is we are stepping into even more shifting kinds of energies. And I'm going to use the word tumultuous in this sense, because they can shift us and move us out of our comfort zone into some place we've never been before. So the way now that I am working energy is, in the past, when I have worked energy, especially for the collective, or if I've worked heavy or dark shadow energy for myself, I have brought it in, I have processed it, I have brought the shadow to my attention, I have processed the energy of that shadow, let's say it's abandonment, and I have processed the energy of that abandonment, feeling it in my body, and then giving it to the Mother Earth so that she can transmute it for us. And she has done that so beautifully for eons now. And what I'm learning now with these 5D energies is I am learning that we can bring in the 5D energy to help us process these energies, and we can still integrate them into our awareness. And the 5D-ness of the energy literally transmutes those darker energies into light. And you can think about that your body is the generator that does that. The frequency of your body and the frequency of 5D energies are higher than the frequency of shame or grief or abandonment or bereavement. So know that you have the capabilities to incinerate or transmute or alchemize those lower vibrating frequencies, and then they can simply be released, or they're light and you can turn them out to the universe. Another way to think about it, if you're not so sure about this alchemization process, is you can simply release them to the field and they will be neutralized in the field. The quantum field will neutralize those lower vibrating frequencies. So the reason I'm speaking into this is because, as you know, I've spoken into this before, I have been processing shadow for womankind for a long time, lots and lots of years. And I have sort of built this funnel, if you will, of energy where I take the shadow for womankind. And by that, I mean, like, let's say the grief that womankind has experienced since she has sent all of the men to war, right? Her fathers, her brothers, her sons, her uncles, all of the men in her life that matter, that go off to war, and the grief that's involved with that. So when I say shadow, that's the kind of heaviness that I'm talking about, that I am processing for the collective and for womanhood in specifically, okay? And I have been doing this for a long time, and I bring it in, I process the energies, I feel the sadness, I feel the grief, I feel the despair, and then I give it to Mother Earth for her to process, to clear it through my body. And what's come into me in the last 2 weeks since my breakdown, break open, and breakthrough is that the way that I can do this now is I am like a funnel. I am like an open funnel of 5D energies of the light that comes in. So when it's time for me to process this shadow, which I still choose to do, by the way, because it's in the collective and it gets to go because it's not a part of our 5D new earth in which we are stepping into, in which we are transitioning into. So these 5D energies come in, they allow me to transmute or alchemize this shadow into light, and it literally disperses into the field because it's already turned into light, and it disperses into the field. So I no longer have this taproot of these dark, heavy shadow energies going into the earth and feeding into the earth. This way, the only thing Mother Earth gets from me is the 5D energies coming through my body. So this is a new way for us to process shadow, especially shadow for the collective, in these enormous, overwhelming feelings of sadness or abandonment or loss or grief, especially those kind of really strong emotions that womanhood has carried for eons now. I know that's a lot, so maybe you could watch this again. So the point of this is we are stepping into a 5D new earth, and we now have 5D energies to support us and alchemize or transmute energies in a new way that turns that dark energy, those dark, heavy energies, transmutes them into light. And you can send that light then to Mother Earth and feed her with it, or you can release it into the field around you, out into your auric field and out into the quantum field. Any way you look at it, it's better for the earth and it's better for you, and it uses this new 5D energy that's available to all of us now. So stay awake, stay alert. All these new energies that are coming in, they affect our bodysuit. They really do make a difference in our body. And just be aware, and when you feel funny, get some extra rest, get some exercise, drink more water, meditate, take a rest, do whatever it takes for you to do, or scream into a pillow, or do like I do, I don't know, and just break open. Let that primal scream come right out of you so it can be released and neutralized and turned into light. I'm Connie Keene with Quantum Energy Infusion, where everything is energy.